up, guys? So today I went for a walk with my wife out at Swan Falls Dam. Pretty cool because you can walk all the way across it. But anyways, while I was walking over it, just how the water stops, or no, hold on. So just like the dam stops the water, I got to thinking about 10 things that we can stop doing when selling a house. This is more for you sellers out there, yeah, so here goes. I was able to get the list from a guy I follow. Some of you might know Bob Vila, the original dude from This Old House. I used to watch that when I was working construction back in the day. But anyways, so let's go through the list. First, don't overdress the windows. It's kind of a simple thing, but we did that at my place when we sold it, which was we left the blinds open. We made sure any window dressings were completely open. That way it makes the house feel bright and airy and inviting. And then like with our place, because it has such great landscaping all the way around and scenery and trees, it just showed off the natural beauty of the property. So it was another reason to take care of that. Number two, this is kind of, I don't know if it's a kind of an urban myth or what, but there was a thing going around for a long time that everybody knows that you bake cookies, and if you've got the smell of fresh baked cookies in the house, it'll sell better. More, I think, to do with the comfort food or the coziness factor of that. But that's not really something that we should be doing as sellers, for the fact that I think most people know that, and so they might perceive it as some kind of a gimmick or a sales ploy, or that you're trying to be pushy. So stay away from baking treats. Number three was don't scent it up. As much as you might be tempted to put out some candles or some scentsies or some incense, whatever it may be, we want to kind of stay away from that because everybody's tastes and smells are different. So what you personally might like, somebody else might be turned off by. So there goes your buyers out the door. And that kind of goes in line with number four, which is it's not the best idea to play music, because again, everybody's music tastes. When we bought our current house, the seller actually did, I think, all three things. There was some kind of a candle going, there was music going, and there were cookies freshly baked. It was a nice gesture and all, but again, for us it was cool, but for somebody else it might be another turnoff where that's maybe not their type of music. Number five, don't accessorize. As much as people want to add little things to make their home feel a certain way or kind of their personality, you want the person coming into your home to feel and to imagine themselves living there. So you want to go ahead and declutter, you want to go ahead and take a lot of the personal stuff down, stuck it somewhere in the closet, just so that somebody that comes in is more neutral and can imagine themselves living there. Number six, you don't need to go all matchy-matchy. Everything in the house does not need to match. It doesn't have to coordinate. It has to have a certain style. You can make it your own, but again, just kind of tasteful. Even if there's some, if you have, like, for instance, let's say a gray room, you don't want to have gray couches, gray carpets, everything gray. You want to throw in a little bit of color and stuff, so it doesn't have to match 100%. It just has to have, you know, some nice accent pieces, and maybe some focal points always help. Number seven, if you're selling during the holidays, don't overdo the holiday decor. A lot of times I can lose control when we're decorating for the holidays, but it's probably a good idea to just keep that down to a minimum. Again, it might be festive and you might love it, but you're trying to keep it as neutral as possible for potential buyers. Don't go too dark. That could be in the paint, that could be in the way the room is styled or the house in general, but darker rooms and houses have a harder time selling. And so we go back to the beginning where we were talking about making it feel light and airy and neutral. So all that ties in to keeping it on the lighter side than the darker side. Once somebody moves in, they can paint it whatever they want, but you're just trying to attract the most amount of buyers to your home, and the more neutral it is, the better that works. Number nine is don't hang pictures or artwork too high. It's been proven that the best height is about 5.5 to 6 feet, so that it's right at somebody's head level. You don't want something too low or too high because it could make the room look awkward. It could make it look too short or too tall, or it just would have kind of just an awkward feel to the room if the pictures are hung differently. And number 10, which I actually learned from my real estate agent before I was a real estate agent, and that is always keep the toilet cover down. Every time we would have like a showing or something, that was the first thing he went and checked around and made sure those were down. Nobody wants to see that. It just makes everything look more clean. That was it, guys. 10 tips of selling, and you want to stop doing those just like the dam stops the water. Later.